All right, guys, this is the first Red Cassette News Network broadcast.
Let's go.
And, it's been a long time coming, but I've got one of the GOATs, one of my inspirations, one of the guys that I came up with, one of the guys that, in short, we've been doing this for a long time. We've been doing live shows, we've been writing, we've been producing, we've been in the trenches. Mm-hmm. And, I think it's just time for us to step out those trenches. And I think it's time for us to, show what we're all about. So let's make some noise, you guys at home.
Thank you
for
very
the one
much.
and only
Charlie
Floyd.
Woo!
Let's
you.
go.
Thanks, guys.
We're ready.
Thank you for having me,
ready.
Alex.
Yeah, no problem.
Absolutely.
And it's a pleasure.
Pleasure.
It's a pleasure to have you on the platform. And as you can see, we've got, a little assortment of, special items, special manufactured goods.
The most special.
The most premium. Guys, limited edition, guys. But, Charlie, why don't you introduce yourself to everyone and let us know what's going on with your music and everything in your world.
Yeah, cool. Thank you very much for having me. So, I'm Charlie Floyd. I'm a solo artist, a producer, songwriter, guitarist. So, man, just being a musician now for 7-8 years. We know each other. We've known each other since 2018.
Yeah.
We've been in conversation. I've played in a band for a long time. And basically just at the point now where, as a solo artist, making music, about to put it out, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah, and also just a bit of stuff about me, if you don't know who I am. I'm Alexander Germain, and Red Cassette has actually dropped today, on the day that this is coming out.
Yes, sir.
It's dropped. Guys, it's in the description. Have a listen to it. We've got some bangers on there, and Charlie's also got some bangers on the way as well. So I'm going to put a link to his Instagram and all of his stuff in the description as well. And we're just going to have a little free-flowing conversation. So the first thing that I want us to kind of get into, right, is what place or what are you trying to achieve with your music? Like, what's your why? Why are you doing it?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, because I think as I've grown as a songwriter over the years, I used to really try and sort of recreate things that I was inspired by from pre-2000s.
Okay.
Or 2000s, like band music. Like, I was big on band music growing up. All the classic sort of Arctic Monkeys, obviously, to begin with. I think everyone at a certain age in a band, in a local band, is inspired by that sort of era of music. And recently, I think my why has become a lot more about originality, which is something that we share like that passion for. So music for me now, when I sit down to write a song now, I'm trying to write something that's going to make people move, something that's going to make people feel something, feel good about themselves. I want the music to be played just to really up the mood, whatever it is, if you're sad or if you're happy, or if you're on your way to something you're excited to do.
Yeah.
I want the music to elevate any emotion that you feel.
Yeah, and just riffing off what you just said, for me as well, this is something that we both have in common. Like, originality is something that and ownership is something that I really that's my thing. Like, I don't really see the point. Like, I don't really see the point of doing these cover shows at like gigs where it's like you'd be doing like a Foo Fighters song, you'd be doing like a Nirvana song or stuff, because that stuff's been and gone. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to ride someone else's wave. You know what I mean? I want us, as Newcastle artists, I want us to be the ones causing waves.
Yeah, 100%.
And the only way we're going to be able to cause waves is by doing shit like this, by actually creating platforms for artists here to actually like show like, there is stuff going on in Newcastle. And, it isn't just, your run of the mill, like, AC/DC's been and gone. Do you know what I mean? Like, we need new DNA in this game. And that's the purpose of the Red Cassette Network, of this news show. We're going to have anyone on. Mm-hmm. Anyone who wants to, push their stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And obviously you're an established guy, do you know what I mean? You've been doing this for a long time. But we also want to, open it up to people, who, are just, kind of getting started and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Because we need more opportunities for people like this. Because when I look at the venues, around Newcastle, it's all the same stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think? What do you think?
100%. I think that this is an amazing format, and I've seen what Alex has been doing with Red Cassette, and it's like, I think it's so important to have a sort of a creative space that people can platform themselves on. I think when you talk about originality in Newcastle, I think bands are the known route, and I think it's great live music. People really want to play live music in Newcastle, but I don't think there's always the support that's needed. More specifically in our realm, like that solo artist or that sort of, it's just sort of artistry. It's like, it's not as popular as band music. So I think that it's just super cool what you're doing in terms of giving people a platform to speak about it.
Yeah.
And there should be more encouragement for people to really sell what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
I think you can get onto a gig, you can get onto a lineup, but you're not getting much of a chance, I don't think, round here to present yourself, present your character.
Yeah.
And that's a huge thing, I think, that might be lacking in our space.
Exactly, and because I think in terms of like music, people only really think something is good when it's already successful. As in, like, people only want to get on a ship that's going somewhere. Like, they want to have the feeling like, okay, other people are actually in on this already. So when you're just starting, or you haven't got that hype around you, it's like, it's, I don't know what, you know what I'm trying to say? It's like you're trying to climb out of like a trench.
100%.
Or climb out of like an impossible thing where it's like, it's almost like, when you're like 17, 18, you're trying to get a job, and then it's like, we need experience for 2 years. It's like, well, how am I going to get a job? How am I going to get my first job if I haven't got experience? Do you know what I mean? You've got to give us a chance.
And that's where this format and what Alex is doing, and what I feel like I sort of prioritize myself, is getting personality out there, so that, like you say, you sort of have to fake it till you make it at the minute, because I don't think that there's enough attention or enough platform for people to really put their self out to be seen.
Yeah, 100%. And that's why I'm so happy with that. Charlie's came down today. He didn't have to. You know what I mean? He's a busy guy. He's got stuff going on. He just recorded some amazing music down in London, wasn't it?
Appreciate it. Yeah, London,
down in London. We're going to have a listen to that very soon as well. And I just really want to make Newcastle a hub, because I feel like that it's an untapped market. Yeah,
100%. There's so much talent I've seen and you've seen through years of live gigging. There's so much talent, but I don't think there's not much help, or there's not many opportunities for people to put themselves in front of more people than just that 30 crowd at a venue that people have known for years. So yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Right. So now let's loosen up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
That was the industry talk there, but what I want to get into are like conspiracy theories, right?
Yeah, now we're talking.
I want to get into some conspiracy theories, and I want to really, my opinion on conspiracy theories is like, a lot of them are just for fun. Like, I had a phase where I believed the Earth was flat, just because it pissed people off. I wanted, like, something that I love to do, right? I just love to piss people off. I like triggering people, because it's like, you can only trigger someone by saying something that goes against their beliefs. So for example, obviously the Earth is flat, right? So if I keep pushing, it's like, if you push a lie and you repeat it enough, even Michael Jackson said it in what's that song called, Billie Jean? It was like, a lie becomes the truth. You know what I mean? And it's like, it is true. Like, if you repeat a lie enough, it becomes true. And how many lies do we believe are true just because they've been repeated to us over and over and over and over again? Do you know what I mean? And if, to make that full circle, it's kind of like that whole hype thing with music. It's like, people will only think something's good if there's support behind it, Even if like, so it's like, if we keep pushing, eventually people are going to be like, and we keep saying, this shit is sick, this shit is sick, this shit is sick, this shit is sick, this shit is sick. Eventually, it's going to be sick.
100%. I think that is so true. Like, that is, it's a really, really interesting way to sort of channel it into the music, that sort of thing. You've got to fake it till you make it.
100%.
Like, the one thing that I've stood by the whole time I've made music, from being 16 and producing with an iRig on an iPad or an iPhone, you've got to sell that to people and just continue at it.
And sorry to cut you off, but
No,
it's
it's
like
cool.
it's because when you're 16, it's like you as a human being, you can sense your own potential. It's like you know that okay, if I work on this for 10 years, 15 years, I just know that it's going to get there. But the problem is like people don't see how you feel about something. So it's like exactly like you said, you believed in yourself when you were 16 and it brought you here. I believed in myself since I was 16, and you know I've made a little bit of progress as well. So it's like we got it. You know, obviously, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. I always tell myself that every single day. You know, when something doesn't work or you know I'm working on a project, you learn by doing. You know what I mean? The only way you can improve your skills is by doing the thing. You know what I mean? Some people will be like, "Oh, you're shit at rapping. Oh, you're shit at producing. Oh, you know, this is terrible. Oh, your marketing's terrible. Oh, your profile picture's shit. You have no budget. You got none of this." Well, it's fine because at the end of the day, it might be shit now, but wait a year, wait 2 years.
Yeah. If
You know what I mean?
if you aren't willing to take the criticism, if you aren't willing to sort
get
of
thick
like,
skin.
yeah,
That's what you need, yeah.
You're putting like I've put music out for 6 years now, and I've had a lot of people or a lot of things that will come back to me that are negative. And whilst I take it on the chin, and I think it's important as well to really hear what people are saying. And there are people who maybe are saying things because they don't like you as a person. But in terms of like, yeah, I've had things about the mix, or a big thing for me was recently sort of like relearning how to sing.
Yeah.
Where I'm most comfortable in pitch wise and sort of and production in terms of mixing, really just putting the time and effort in and taking it on the chin. And if you, like you said, you've just said something that's really true. It's like, you do get a feeling, like I did have a feeling, you've got to have like, it's not an arrogance or an ego, but you've got to have that determination, belief. Like,
believe in yourself.
Yeah,
I know,
100%.
like it sounds so cringe, like, oh, believe in yourself. But it's like, if you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe you can do this, how can you expect anyone else to believe in you if you can't even do that service for yourself? So guys, if you're an artist or, you know, you're making music and you might be 16, you might be, 18, you might be just starting out, you might be 40, you know what I mean? You might just be starting. You have to take that responsibility. People are most likely not going to support you. They're probably not going to support you. People only want to support, like I said, a ship that's going somewhere. And, you know, if you know where you're going, you know, maybe you're still loading cargo into that ship, you know what I mean? But we'll get there, you know what I mean?
And another thing, which is why I really sort of respect you as a creative person, and where I've focused a lot of my effort and attention to is like, yeah, that DIY thing of starting out. You're going to start out with nothing. There's not going to be anyone give anything to you. I learned how to produce by watching the Steve Lacy TED Talk. So like that was a big one. I know we share
on
that
his
opinion.
iPhone, GarageBand.
Yeah. But like everything, your press shots, your music videos, your format and your creative formatting, learn how to do it yourself and put yourself out there into situations that you're not comfortable with, because no one's going to do it for you. And the more content that you have to give to people, and the better that you get at it, that is when you start getting your fan base. So that's when you start sort of showing people that that's what you can do. And it's like this today, like this is the first time we've met.
Yeah.
But we've known each other for this long.
Yeah.
And because we share the same visions, we're here today doing this content.
Yeah.
It's all about that. It's all about putting yourself out there.
Yeah. There is this quote, and someone could probably correct me on like where it's from, but there is this quote that really inspires me where it's like, man is both the marble and the sculptor. So, you know, creating yourself is painful. You know what I mean? And I remember when, you know, I was starting out, people will probably recognize me more as this guy called Alex Effo. That was my first name. And I was doing kind of different music than I am right now. And I was just trying to do what I could with what I had. And there was this point where I just deleted all my music, and I was like, because I just found it so cringe, I was like, this isn't me. But for me to have even gotten to that point, I had to go, you know, with what I could do first, and then reinvent myself.
Yeah.
So if you're always waiting to be at that perfect point, you know, you need that negative feedback, and you need those hits to your self-confidence, and you need to feel cringe about what you're doing. because that cringe and that negative feedback, all it is just a navigation tool to get to what you want to do that isn't cringy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%. I think looking inward is a thing that people don't do enough.
Self-awareness.
Like, yeah, self-awareness is massive. And like I do believe that sometimes like people, you've either got it or you don't. But like there's no one more critical of my music than me.
Yeah.
So I know before I put anything out for anyone to listen to, I've considered every single possible avenue of instrumentation.
Because you've listened to the song over and over again, so you're sick of it, isn't it? Yeah.
And so like I know by the time that I'm ready to present something, whether it's a release or show people, I stand so solidly by the product that at that point I'm ready to take it and I'm ready to really like take the hits for it. Like I'm prepared for people. If people don't like it at that point, I don't mind because I like it and I know that I've achieved what I've set out to do.
Yeah, like a good example of that is like I remember I put out this song called "Riding in My Car" a couple of years ago. I forgot when it was.
Big tune.
Big tune.
Big
Well,
tune.
yeah.
Big tune.
Like, so we were just talking before we were shooting this, right? And I remember putting up that song. And I remember, like, people at uni were saying, just like, oh, yeah, this song, I can't hear your vocals on this song. Or, you know, is it mixed? All of this stuff. And then I even saw, again, like, comments off people like, oh, yeah, riding in my car, that's so funny. That's gay as hell. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, I didn't even write in that way at all. And I was like, obviously, I don't want to, like, nothing wrong with being gay, but it's just like, I'm just not gay. But it's just like, today I heard Charlie say that he was fucking playing that song with his friends in the car and he thought it was a fucking insane song.
Yeah.
So it's like perception is reality. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Just because you're not confident in something doesn't mean it's not good.
Yeah, 100%. Like this is, and then that's the other thing. Like you personally, if you didn't feel like that was your route, then that's what you got to stick to. Do you know what I mean? Like if you really feel like, I mean, what you're doing now is amazing. I've heard the music. I listened to it yesterday, and we'll listen to it again today. But the vision, yeah, it's that thing again of sticking to your own vision.
Yeah, exactly.
And first and foremost, you've got to please yourself.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing that, and I know you'll have heard that, and everyone will have heard that with artists, big artists, where it's like, oh, I write music for myself. But as I've grown, I think I've realised truly the switch between when I was in Baltic, when I was in the band, and I was writing songs for a band, the shift between earlier this year when I like Baltic ended and I've gone on to do the solo songwriting, the difference in quality and real authenticity is huge because I took the...
You don't compromise with other people.
I took the lens off and now I'm like, right, okay, I'm writing for myself. Now 100% writing for myself.
Yeah, I had something similar as well. And even, we can even touch on Baltic and stuff like that. So actually the way that I found out about Charlie, right, was when I was about 16, 17, I was in a band called Tidal Drive. I was the front man for that band. And we put out a little EP and all of that. And we were doing gigs and shows and we were hearing about this band called Baltic. And I'll go a little bit into this, right? I was hearing, so basically we were chatting shit about Baltic because we were just like, these guys, like, they're selling out shows and all this stuff and they must have connections in the music industry and all that stuff. And like, we're doing all this stuff our way and do you know what I mean? Like, we're going to beat Baltic and all this stuff, right? Anyway, I ended up researching you guys and I saw, oh, that Charlie's the front man of that band. And like, I started messaging him and I was just like, this guy's the fucking most sound guy ever. Like, he's so helpful, he's so nice. And I was just like, I think people, when you're in a kind of competitive spirit, everyone who isn't on your team seems like they're an enemy. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's a big issue actually in the UK and Newcastle. It's like, I feel like we need to actually help each other and be friends rather than just being like, oh yeah, this guy's doing better than me. Fuck you.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
100%.
putting that ego away and actually like collaborating because I know it sounds so like hippie, but it's just like, we'll get more done like if we work together.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, I agree. I think that was a huge thing around the band scene, and it still is. That competition, and it's healthy to a certain extent to look at other bands and see, right, okay, if they're selling out a show or if their streams are more than yours, it's important to sort of do that market research basically, where you sort of pick apart
and take as inspiration.
Yeah, I always used to pick apart like bands or inspirations and be like, right, what are they doing that's really resonating with people? And that is really important, I think, inspiration wise. But at the same time, like the connections that I've made through that 7 years as a band, there's some connections there that I'll have for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Because it's like yourself, it's collaboration. Like you say, collaboration is key. It's what's going to help you learn things. When I went to London for the first time, I worked with a songwriter, and this idea of working with a songwriter, I was hesitant at first.
Yeah.
I was worried. I was worried about working with a songwriter because I thought, oh, that means that people might not think my music's good enough. But I went down with an open mind and I went to the session.
Yeah.
And from that one session, I've learned so much.
Yeah.
Like that fresh set of ears approaching your piece of creation.
Because you don't know what you don't know.
No, you can't listen to your...
You can't see yourself objectively.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like you get your ego... You have to get your ego checked.
Yeah,
100%. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like it's almost like your ego's bigger at the beginning than it will probably be like...
Yeah, that
like,
is true.
Later
That is
on.
very true.
Do you know what I mean? Even though technically... Well, not technically, but like people would assume your ego would be bigger like when you're more successful. But like I feel like for you to actually grow and actually... As someone who's like starting with like very little budget, very little money, very little connections, you know, my family doesn't really know anything about music, you know, but I was just like, I want to do this. You know, I'm a bit of a misfit in Newcastle as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like I don't fit into the typical mold. Do you know what I mean? Like when I'm like, oh, can I do an open mic for my hip hop stuff? They'll be like, sorry, we only do rock bands and all this stuff. It's like, if you're not going to give me a platform, my only other option is to make a platform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is my only other option. And if I can make this platform, then that 16-year-old Alex can benefit from that and actually speed up faster.
100%.
If there is something going on that is similar to what is actually... Because the stuff that I was inspired by, even when I was doing stuff in Tidal Drive, you obviously know, like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, that band, right? I was super inspired by Red Hot Chili Peppers, but obviously they're a California band. They're not like a UK band like Oasis or like Oasis or what, like Arctic Monkeys and that. It's different. The stuff that I liked was different to what was going on around me. So then when you try and collaborate with people, it's just like, oh yeah, I want this stuff to sound like LA. Yeah. It's like, why do you want shit that sounds like LA? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But it's just like, I just think that sounds sick personally.
Yeah. Inspiration's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Like when you touch on the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I remember, or being told recently as well, when I was younger, like I would like, when I was like a toddler or like just older, my mom and dad would put the, like Californication or Can't Stop music video, I'd be in front of the TV like that. Inspiration, like when you say that about an LA band, and this is where, like I had the solo stuff going on the whole time I was in the band, and that was more true to me. I think that was like, I remember being introduced after listening to bands exclusively my whole life. Yeah. Josh Shell, who was the bassist in my original band before Baltic, introduced me to Tyler, the Creator.
Oh yeah, he was Odd Future, yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
Huge influence as well on me, by the way, guys. And even, like we said, Steve Lacy.
Yeah.
Steve Lacy, Steve Lacy with his demos on SoundCloud and that, back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day,
like
2017.
And just the way that it was just like, it didn't feel that commercial.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It was just like, you could tell this was just some hyper-talented guy in his bedroom. That shit, it's not really about making money and getting streams and all of that. For me, if I could do anything, it would be like, I want to be the Steve Lacy, I want to have that Steve Lacy effect. When I was like 15, I was hearing these demos, like See You Go. There's a song called See You Go. And I was just like, this is different. Do you know what I mean? And that's what we need. We need new DNA to create new stuff.
That era, that 2017 era, because like Steve Lacy being a huge part of it. But when I was introduced to Tyler, the Creator, it was maybe 3 months before Flower Boy dropped. Yeah. So it was still pretty out there, and I was like, a guilty pleasure of mine to listen to his music because I'd loved bands, and I was known as the band kid. Yeah. And then that opened a whole new world. That was like, I mean, the production. That's where I got into production. That's why I started producing, because of Steve Lacy, because of Tyler, the Creator, and then onto, Kendrick put Damn out that year. And the production on that album, I fell in love with hip hop production. Yeah. And I think that's why, whilst that was at the start of the journey with the band, it's come full circle now doing things like when I produce the tracks myself now, it's like all them elements of hip hop production that I love. Like I start a song with drums straight off the bat. Like first thing I start with is drums, and then I'll pick the guitar up.
Yeah.
And even now I'm starting to incorporate like synths, pianos. I didn't think that would ever be possible. And like you say, you've got to
believe in it.
Yeah.
You got to go. You got to go first.
Being from Newcastle, 100%.
Exactly.
Like being from Newcastle, yeah. It's like it's a great city, and there is a scene, which is like something that I won't have not said. Like neither of us are saying that. There is a scene. Yeah. There's a big scene. I just don't think that it's supported as much. So when you're saying about you do, I think what's great about here is if you really, really put yourself out there, then you'll come. I believe personally that a lot of the musicians from this city have more potential than ones from other, because you have to figure it out yourself. No one's going to do it for you.
Yeah.
By the time you're ready to present your music,
you've thought about it so much, because like, you know, like obviously if you're like a good singer, you could just like, there's a formula in music where it's less like, okay, this might be a bit controversial, but it's like, let's say you're an attractive person, guy or girl, good at singing, all right. Some manager will just contact you and be like, okay, sing on this song. And then it's guaranteed to work, right? Yeah. But I don't want it to be guaranteed to work. I don't want it to be guaranteed to get streams. I want it to be something original, something new, and something that's my soul. And I want that to work. And I'm going to force it to work. You know what I mean?
I couldn't agree more, like 100%.
I'm going to force it to work. I'm going to make people want it. Do you know what I mean?
That's where I was at with Take It or Leave It, the song that I've just recently done. That was one where I felt that I was like, this is such a pop format. Like by every like essence of the word, with it being pop, that's what I was trying to make it. The chorus, I've tried to make it into a pop chorus. The little piano bit, the drums, the groove of it, the feel of it, the tempo. But if you break it down, it's an indie song, it's a guitar song.
Yeah.
But I'm trying now to format things to be like so commercial and for everybody. Everybody can enjoy it. It doesn't have to just be.
But you have to have that first period where you're selfish.
Yeah.
Because unless you're selfish at the beginning, and you know, some people will be like, it's a mess, and some, you know, you have to have those shit. Like even Ed Sheeran did this talk once, where he was just like, imagine you have like a tap, right, like with water, right, and it's like, let's say you have 10,000 hours, right. You just want to run that tap and let the dirty water come out first, and then eventually the clean water is going to come out afterwards. Yeah. But you have to get through that period of letting the shit come out of the tap first, and at that point, then that tap is running nicely. And then you can actually format that into something that's more of a pop structure, like you said. But you need to invent yourself first. You need to have your own lane. You know what I mean? You have to establish your own lane, because if we're just gonna anyone could write a Nirvana song. It's been done. You know what I mean? Like
people try and recreate what's been done.
But you want to be that person at the top of the mountain who is the first person. Mm-hmm. You want to be that person who everyone's copying.
Yeah. It's true, 100%. And what you said about the taps, it's a great point. It's like persistence and like self-awareness. I think that's two key things that I really value, and I have valued to get to the point where I'm at now, where I feel really happy with each time I sit down to write a song. It might not get used because I don't like it in the end, but there's a lot of things coming out now that I think I've found my footing. Yeah. And I think that, like you said, I think that's a great thing to promote and to make sure that people really value, or people believe in themselves. But also be happy with knowing that, you do have to go through a period of like figuring it out, but just do it. The more you hesitate, or the more you think, I'm going to take my time to craft this, write 5 songs a week, like put music out, and then just learn and grow. Learn and grow, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If you're not willing to, the problem with music is this is like, if you fail, it's a public failure. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, but you got to, a lot of people are always concerned about like, I want my friends to, you know, see me in a certain way. I want everyone to see me in a certain way. But when you're trying to express yourself at the beginning and you're not that good at expressing yourself, people are going to see you in the wrong way. They're going to assume things the wrong way. And unfortunately, that's one of the things that you have to, it's kind of like the payment. You know what I mean? It's like you have to pay with that pain.
You're putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
Like it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
But then it's like, are you like at that point you sort of you find out sharp if you're made for it. Like you've got to put it out there.
Yeah.
Like there's been so many times where things have come back round and I've heard people's opinions on the music, and then I've used that as inspiration, like getting to a point.
And there's even things like I'll have songs that I'll have listened to like 3 years ago and like it didn't click, and then 3 years later I'm like, I get this now. That's
the evolving, isn't it? It's like you just keep moving, because I don't think in 2 years' time I'll be making the same music as I am now.
Yeah.
Because of that thing, you sort of settle on one method, and at the minute I'm definitely settled in on one method, and I want to wring that dry. Like every time I sit down to write a song, I want a full song out of it, and I'll wring that dry. And then that's where I think that the like evolving part of it's really important. Like I'll not stick around on this one method. I want to move on to the next.
Yeah.
Figure it out, but yeah. Like
that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
The fun part is like it's like you're chasing you're chasing the horizon, do you know what I mean? You never get there, but like if you just keep chasing it, you're gonna go far as fuck, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than if you're just trying to chase the thing in front of you, you get there and then while you're there and it's finished.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you just got endless pursuit. Endless pursuit.
Right, this first one's Do It Again. This one's my crescendo of my years of being an indie artist.
Crescendo. Two solos in song. Nice, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. I was not ready for you to just fucking kill that like that, bro.
Man, I appreciate it.
You took that opportunity, bro. You took that moment, bro, and you just went in, bro. Like,
appreciate it.
Bro, I'm like, guys, I'm just like, I'm scared to play the record set songs now. I'm just like, bro, it's not. I might have brought a guest on that's too good, bro. You might show me up today, bro.
No
Nah,
way.
bro, but that's why. Look, Charlie's been doing this for a long time. We've been talking about this, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a long time.
Like
Yeah.
we're good at this. You know what I mean? And we need this opportunity to fucking show off. You know what I mean? Because we fucking deserve it. And bro, you fucking killed it there, bro. That was an experience, bro.
I appreciate that.
And I feel like, bro, I've just like the structure of that song. First of all, like the structure. Like I wasn't even planning on doing like a full review, but bro, we're here now, so we may as well. Like the different, like bro, there was like 6 sections to that song. There was 2 solos in that song, and both of them killed. You know, like usually when it's like there's be a solo in a song, and it's like, oh, just fuck off. Like these solos are actually like musical solos. Like,
I appreciate
like
that.
bro, the solos were like obviously the fucking chorus, Do It Again. Like that was sick. I wanted to start singing. Like I wanted to start singing it, like a lot singing along, and then
I
like
was hoping you would.
Yeah, and then like bro, but it's amazing when like there's a solo in a song and it hits just right. But then he did it again.
Yeah.
And then it hit even better than the second time. Like, bro.
No, I appreciate that big time.
Fucking
stellar,
bro.
That's super cool that you mentioned the structure, because that's a big thing, like a big thing now.
Even the chord that you ended on like, in the last thing.
Yeah, you like
where it's
that.
like you don't even like expect that, and it's like some like 7 chord at the end.
Little Beatlesy thing.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
This guy does it proper, bro.
Appreciate it.
And you recorded that in London.
Yeah, so that one, well, I remember sitting earlier this year in about April, just after being in contact with the management and with Now. So kind of things were looking up, like getting a bit more inspired, like going through a lot of change from being a band now to an artist. And that was the first song that I wrote as Charlie Floyd. So I remember sitting downstairs in like my back living room on like a Saturday night. Everyone's out and I was just in home, few glasses of red wine, and I had the laptop out and I had just found these drums and I was like, yeah, I'll go with that, and I just started playing along. And then
Just. Guys, that was not just. This was fucking. That was this, bro. That's the best song I've heard. Like, I don't even want to say the time frame. Like, that was just fucking great, bro.
I appreciate it.
Like, you can tell that like you're skillful. You can tell that you've done this for a while. You can tell that you know what you're doing, and you can tell that you are actually like when you want to produce something and you want to record something. You know what you want, and you can just go after it. Do you know what I mean? It's just like you just got it in your hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just got it in your hand. It's just like, yeah, want to fucking write a six section song?
No, I appreciate it.
It's all
big
right.
time,
You know,
man.
it's all right.
Big time. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Should we go to the next?
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
you like to do red cassette one?
Yeah. Let's just do back and forth. To be fair.
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me. Yeah.
Do Fashion Magazine. I think is the first one.
Yeah. Fashion Magazine is the first one. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Let's have a listen.
Do you want to do a bit of background before we start?
Yeah. So basically, Fashion Magazine is actually written in future tense.
Sorry, we'll start again.
ready to go in. So Fashion Magazine is kind of like, obviously you see that I'm trying to do this clothing. I'm trying to make t-shirts. That's also that I haven't really spoke about. I am actually trying to branch out into design and into fashion and into, you know, people wearing stuff.
Yeah.
Because I feel like as an artist, as a musician, you have so much influence over what people like, and I just feel like if you have that ability to reach people, you know, a great way of like having that support be expressed is by people physically wearing what, you know, I want it to be kind of like a club, like it's like you're a member of something.
Yeah.
It's almost like a uniform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the Red Cassette uniform. You know, it's proof that, you know, you're in on this idea and what we stand for, and even what we've spoken about on this podcast, on this news network, or whatever you want to call it. It's like, this is like a physical representation of like, you have invested into this and you actually believe in it.
That's the vibe I get from Red Cassette. It's like, it's not just one thing.
It's everything.
It's everything.
Everything. And
Why would you stop at music? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I think,
And even to branch out, guys, shameless promo. As you can see, we've got this is actually a little perfume here, right? Now, they don't have labels on them yet. They were supposed to come today. Well, they're supposed to come a few days ago, but you know, shipping times and all of that. So in the future, just use your imagination, guys. There's going to be a little gold label on here that says Red Cassette. Do you know what I mean? So you're going to have a little fragrance, you know. Guys, it's not just about looking good. It's not just about sounding good.
Yeah.
It's about
Smelling good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
Facts.
like you said, Red Cassette is everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've got 5 senses: sight, touch, and all the other ones, right?
Yeah.
We've got to fill in every single one with Red Cassette. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
We've got a full-on 5 sensory overload Red Cassette. Do you know what I mean?
As it should be.
Every dimension. So, yeah.
Should we play a track?
Yeah, Fashion Magazine, that's basically it, yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let me open up the front door. Keep it a secret, but her friends know. I went and drank up all the antidote. She told me that she really, really wanna. Hey, Fashion Magazine. She tryna fall with me, now she tryna live the dream. Fashion Magazine. Fashion Magazine. She seeing me clean. She know I run the scene. Fashion Magazine. Fashion Magazine. These days this shit been making sense. Right around these ends all in my bed.
Flow sick.
Throwing off my page out to all the friends. Tell the beer that friendship never ends. When my bag up, tip it on my cup. When my bag up, tip it on my cup. Love the way she dancing side to side. Cause I ain't really looking for no wife. I've been running up still I can't breathe. Know that when I kill it, I'm a fiend. Niggas try to test me, see how it go. See me run my money up, it rain like snow. Use it in my blood, yeah, no, I can't stop. Stop price rising every time that I drop. Hey, Fashion Magazine. She tryna fall with me, now she tryna live the dream. Hey, Fashion Magazine. on the scene. Fashion magazine. Fashion magazine. Hey, hey. Fashion magazine. She tryna flow with me, now she tryna live the dream. Hey, hey. Fashion magazine. Fashion magazine. Your fashion magazine.
Yeah, and there we go. Yeah, there we go.
Sir.
Yeah.
That, yeah, we spoke a lot about mixing and
Yeah,
producing.
100%, yeah.
So you produce that yourself?
Yeah, I produced it, mixed it, mastered myself, you know, learning about mixing and mastering, you know, I'm not trying to say I'm the goat of mixing, but, you know.
No, that is like
getting
that,
the product out,
yeah.
do you know what I mean?
That is that is everything that we spoke about in terms of vision. Everything was spoke about in terms of execution, about learning and progressing, and for us to have spoke about going from that Steve Lacy, that iRig, that garage band style, what riding in my car was like.
Yeah.
Like this is the first time I've heard the new stuff. Like the production on that is insane.
Yeah.
Like it's
I
insane.
appreciate that,
It's-
appreciate that.
And the mixing too, like the vocal mixing, you know when to drop the bass out. So it's just that kick just really pounding, and then you drop back in. The back and vocal mixing is unbelievable too. It's really got such a spatial vibe, if that makes sense. If that makes sense, like there's the mix of it, like takes you somewhere. Like it puts you into a place.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy you think that, because that's what I was going for. I was going for
cool.
like kind of this cold arena type.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to kind of have like a stadium vibe. Do you know,
Yeah,
with all
yeah.
that reverb,
Big
do you know
time.
what I mean? So, yeah, Fashion Magazine. There we go.
Big tune, mate. I like that one a
Yeah.
lot. Really do. Right, this song came about like last minute. I was getting sent down to London to record in August. So I was going down in July. I wrote the song in July, and I remember sitting in like downstairs in my house and writing it on an acoustic guitar. And it was a very somber acoustic song. And then I went upstairs and I pulled the laptop out and I was like, right, yes, this was written acoustically, but I was like, let's just turn this into something that it's not.
Yeah.
So I really pushed myself for this one. And again, it's all about groove for me. This is take it or leave it.
Right, let's go.
I'm so bored when you're not around. And when you're here, I'm off the ground. Now I hear your southern sound. It's something I can't live without. So don't bitch when you're all alone. 'Cause you can reach me on the phone. Now I feel like every day that you don't love me anymore. Take it or leave it. Making me believe.
That string.
It's fucking nice, man. That's like that Steve Lacy when he does
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, nah, bro. Fucking hell. You knocked it out of the park, bro. You knocked
Appreciate
it out of
it,
the
man.
fucking universe, bro. Like,
Appreciate
Jesus
it big time.
Christ. I have to take the sunglasses off for that one, jeez. You gotta have to see my eyes for that. Guys, my eyes are pupils probably dilated from that, bro. Like, that shit is crazy, bro. That is like, again, I don't want to repeat myself, but like, it's a journey. Do you know what I
No,
mean? Like,
yeah,
you just don't know what's gonna
appreciate
happen
that.
next. Do you know what I mean? Like, I will say, the difference between my production and your production, right, is my stuff is very repetitive. And I think we're going for different things.
Yeah.
And that's why I love structure, because it's like, I miss that from my music. Do you know what I mean? For me, I like that kind of putting people in like a trance where it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, that's a lot with hip hop as well. You know, they'll use the same loop over and over again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's the perspective that I was looking at stuff from. But like, after listening to your stuff, I'm actually thinking, you know what? I need more sections in my music. Do you know
That's
what I mean?
sick, man.
I need to
That's
actually add more sections in my music. And guys, that's why we actually need collaboration.
Yeah.
That's
Big
how
time.
we improve, and that's how we get closer to what works. And yeah, bro, fucking insane.
Thank you, mate.
Fucking
I appreciate
insane.
it.
Again, I can't like poke a hole in that. Like, this is just literally like even the guys, even Leo over here, bro, he was nodding along. He's going crazy behind the scenes as well.
I Shazammed it.
Did
You
you?
Shazammed it.
Oh man,
Well,
it's
yeah,
not
that's-
out yet. I'll
yeah.
have to send it, mate. That's sick.
Guys,
Sick.
that's all. That's if we could summarize that song, the guy Shazammed it. It's not even out yet.
No, mate, that's like, yeah. I appreciate it massively, I really do. And it's like, you know what you're saying about that repetition. So like, a big thing where the groove for that. So my mum and dad were big on the dance scene in the late 80s. So
Okay.
the very first round of dance music where they travel to like Middlesbrough or like Leeds
Yeah.
just to go to a club because there'd be that little clubs that would play the dance music.
Yeah.
But all that is about, like you said, loops. Pretty much everything you hear in that was a loop, an 8-bar loop. But it's about, yeah, like, and what I like about your music, when you're saying about putting people in a trance, it's how, it's basically, yeah, you get, you know, I'm looking at it on Logic as like, I've got this track, and it's like, how do I write 8 bars on this? And then this next 8 bars, this is going to come in, this is
Yeah.
going to build it up a tiny bit, and then you build it up to a crescendo, and then you might drop back down. But that's like, that is what I hear in your music as well. Like that, when you're in a realm that you're in, if you want to put it under hip hop or R&B, whatever it is, like I wouldn't put it under any label like what you're making, because of how unique it is. But that's all it's about. It's about like, yeah, that trance, that like,
Yeah.
you gotta take people somewhere.
Yeah, because the sign of a good song is like you listen to a song and it's like you start imagining stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you start getting ideas and you start seeing things, and it's like almost takes you out of yourself.
Takes you out of just an audio. Sorry, I'll say that again. It takes you out of.
I'm not going to cut that out, by the way. I'm not going to cut that out.
It takes
That's
you.
it.
It takes you out of that 2D experience of just audio. Yeah, you wanna, and that's down to what you were speaking about mixing wise. Like, all right, okay, something I spend a lot of time on is how things are mixed. Like I use a slap back quite a lot on the vocals because I love that. That's
Yeah.
just one specific.
That's
thing.
what you use.
Like a slap back, sort of like, and that stems from like an inspiration of like the Beatles Come Together by the Beatles.
That's how. Oh, that's that.
Yeah.
Because actually, I remember something that actually isn't going to be in this next song, but I don't think so. But like something that I remember when you put out your demos that actually I copied off of you was you would pitch. You would have like you would pitch something like 12 semitones
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I forgot what song exactly it was, but it was the album cover where it's like some guy's kind of purplish.
Yeah.
It's like Sean's acid
Yeah,
trip. It's
yeah,
like,
that was right, yeah.
Yeah, it was
That
off
was
of
a
that.
classic.
Where you would have like the different pitched vocals and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's something that I ran with.
Yeah, mate, that's
something that I ran with.
that's cool for me to hear. Like that is really
Yeah.
cool because that was just again. It's like I've always loved this idea of, and that one I produced a lot by myself, and then I took it down to London and we'll pull the project up and work from there. So a lot of the mixing decisions and a lot of the actual recordings that I used on that track are ones that I did in my room with limited equipment. But I think when you've got limited equipment, you push yourself to, right, okay, so maybe my interface isn't going to make the guitar sound as good as I want it to sound, or my preamp or my plugin. So let me put like a room reverb on it and something that's just going to mask it, mask how crappy the quality is, but make it stylistic. So that was
100%.
one of the things. The vocal transformer was one of them things. I was like, just finding them little things. It's like whilst you're struggling with the equipment, little things that just turn something from being a weakness into a style,
into a strength.
Yeah, exactly.
And like limitation is something like the mother of invention or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's a
I probably made that up.
No, I'm
but
going to
yeah,
stick with that. I'm
yeah.
going to run with that. That's I'm going to get that tattooed on my arm.
Bro,
Right, yeah.
the amount of quotes we're dropping today is crazy, you know.
Yeah, the amount of unverified quotes.
Another quote that I'm going to drop today is record set is the best thing you could ever wear. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Anyway,
who was it that said that? Like Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan, Donald Trump,
Yeah, maybe. It's,
everyone.
yeah.
I probably shouldn't have said Donald Trump, but fair enough. Anyways, and I'm not politically affiliated.
No comment.
No comments. Anyways,
Should we do the next track?
yeah. The
Yeah?
next. Which one did you? I think I want to put on Zone instead of.
Yeah, of course.
And I'll talk a little bit about that song. Just because. Yeah, basically, Zone is a song that I made, which is basically just about like nothing that happens can distract my focus. That's basically what the meaning of the song is, and it's a little bit more of an emotional song, a little bit more open and vulnerable. All right, so we're about to play my song Zone, and I just want to give a little bit of a preface to this song. This song is a little bit more open, it's a little bit more vulnerable, and it comes from a little bit more of a inner resilience place. I made it at a time where I felt like my ego was getting checked like hard. I was just like, I was kind of sad. I was just like, you know, my Alex Effoism thing isn't working and stuff. But my philosophy was just like, look, none of these things are going to distract me from me trying to get to where I'm going to. And the main lyric of the song is, no weapon formed against me can take me out of my zone. And that's really what it is. And, you know, it's about staying in that zone, like getting locked in. Obviously, it's a meme, but it's just like staying locked in. Not letting people, discourage you. You know what I mean? Because when you get discouraged, you know, you can't encourage.
No.
So yeah.
There's another tattoo on this song.
So yeah, there we go.
Right, let's go.
Yeah, I feel no pain when they call my name. I've been roaming free, searching for my lane. Now they dancing on me, they want something from me. I got it on my own, tonight in my zone. No one can fall against me, can't take me out of my zone. I've been on a rampage, now I'm hungry for a home. As long as I trust my soul, that's all, I can't do no wrong. Can I make it right? Now I'm looking in the light. I got millions in my sight.
And yeah.
I love that one. Like production wise, I think that one was my favorite out of the two production wise.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like production wise, from at the start, like I loved the actual keys he used in it. Like gave me a bit of an 80s vibe.
Yeah,
like,
a little bit, yeah.
And then the choice of production in terms of like the snare you used. That's got a real bounce to it. You laid that in nice, like that from the start of the hats, and then that the snare comes in, man. That's just again like another example of like really putting someone in a space, like putting someone in a space. You've got the building in and out of the grooves with the drums, like down to a T, like that.
Yeah, cheers,
It's
man.
just
Cheers.
it's sick. It's sick, mate.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, I've had a little listen through the songs, you know, just so you know who we are and what we do. So, we've got a little special section today, and we've actually got an unboxing video. Wow, we're doing an unboxing video as well. Well, we have got these things, and they are called Bear Brick, right? And I saw these yesterday. I was going past a shop called End, and I saw these massive bears, like kind of these weird bears, and asked, oh, how much are those massive bears? And the guy said, oh yeah, it's like 500 quid. I was like, all right, sound. Came back the next day and I got the really small ones. So these are eight quid each. So decided, you know, to get them because they are pretty cool. They're like just these little teddy bear type things,
They are
plastic
cool.
things. And they're actually randomized. So so there are loads of little different, you know, little bears on them, and you don't know which one you're gonna get. So I think we're just gonna open them up and see.
Oh, they've got percentages on as well.
I think the percentages are the size of how big they are. So do you want to open up? And
Yeah, let's go.
See what we
Let's
got?
go.
Just a little bit of, you know.
We said we were gonna have a guess.
predict
yeah,
them.
we're gonna predict.
Okay, let's predict.
Let's
Let's
do a
predict
prediction video. So,
Yeah.
Alex, you want to go first?
All right. So I'm predicting right now. I'll put this in the video as well. It's probably gonna be up.
Yeah.
Yeah, up
Oh,
there,
that
up
might
there.
not be in frame actually.
It's actually over there.
In frame.
Okay. So I predict. I said this at the start. This is a blue one.
Yeah, you did.
This is going to be a blue one,
All right, this one's gonna be a basic one.
a basic one. Yeah. Right. Let me just verify that with my
Yeah,
X-ray
have a little
glasses.
look.
Let me put the second one. Right. I'll withhold my opinion.
Oh, right,
I'll
okay,
withhold my
okay,
opinion.
okay.
All right. So let's open them. And
Should we do it at the same time? Nah. Let's do it one each.
I hope this isn't shit. Okay. Let's have a
Let's
look.
go,
Let's go.
let's
Let's go.
If this isn't blue, then there's got to be some kind of forfeit.
Oh. This is fun,
Yeah, no. I feel like a kid again.
There's two things.
Oh, right.
It's like Happy Meals. You know when you get Happy Meals from
Yeah.
McDonald's? Can you still get them at Happy Meals?
Yeah, but they're doing books and things like that now.
Oh, that's shit.
Yeah, it's getting a bit woke.
This is gonna be really bad for the audio. But basically, like, I remember, like when I was little, when I got a Happy Meal, they used to have like these little MP3 players.
Yeah.
They're like
yeah.
that was sick, man.
They had like Girls Aloud on and things like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. I was literally thinking about that. I don't.
Black Eyed Peas and stuff.
I told you guys it was blue.
No way.
Nah, just
Oh.
kidding. Right, so this is a fucking. I don't know what this is. Who is this?
That's Wonka, is it not? Hang on. Yeah, it is. Cute Wonka. He's
Yeah.
got cute Wonka.
Let's go.
Can we get a round of applause on the sound effects? Woo. You'll have to overlay that, otherwise it'll just be awkward as fuck.
Right, well this is my new little item.
You got to find a way that Wonka represents you now. That you've got to be able to justify why that was your.
Yeah, to be fair. I don't even know who Wonka is, bro.
Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Oh, Willy Wonka.
Yeah, that makes kind of. It does make sense, you know.
Chocolate Factory. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, guys.
Makes sense with the production.
Yeah.
You've got some like nice.
Well,
nice
like a mad scientist.
yeah.
I do feel like a mad scientist
Yeah,
now and then.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I got that one. So okay, so let's see what Charlie got.
All right, okay. What did I predict? Basic. Right, okay. Let's see what it is.
Let's see what it is.
This really does feel like Christmas morning, doesn't it?
I'm gonna edit in like a little drum roll
Yeah.
right now.
It's gonna have to be a long drum roll. Yeah.
and when he opens it, there's gonna be an explosion on the screen.
Yeah, I've just been letter bombed. Right, okay, ready? How did you open it from the top?
I just ripped it. Yeah.
Right, let's go.
Did you get the basic one? What the hell?
Sometimes you don't need glasses.
This guy's tapped in, bro.
I'm tapped in. I'm locked in. I'm locked
Bro,
in.
this guy's too good at everything, bro.
Right.
This
Do you
guy
know-
knows. You got
this-
the basic one.
Yeah, I got the basic one.
Damn.
Do you know what? I'll take that because how this relates to me is my newfound love of pop music. Sometimes simplicity is the best
To be
thing.
fair, yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Simplicity is the best thing
Yeah,
sometimes.
that is completely true.
Would you like to do a joint? Is there one more? Was there?
Yeah, there is one more. Okay.
Should we do a joint prediction?
Yeah,
first?
guys, we're
Right,
gonna do
so
a
this-
joint opening.
This is gonna see if.
Okay, how we gonna?
I'm sorry, I'm just rustling that near the mic as well.
Okay, how we gonna? Okay, I'll open this part.
Yeah.
And you open the plastic.
This is gonna prove how well we'd work on a collaboration.
Yeah.
If me and you can decide, get a feel for it.
Oh, we're gonna predict which one it is.
Yeah, we're gonna predict which one it is, but we're gonna agree upon which one it's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be. Do you reckon it's gonna be that one?
That's exactly
Pink
what I was
one.
gonna say.
You-
That's
okay,
exactly what
let's
I was
see.
gonna
Let's
say.
see.
Right, I'll hold it. You rip it.
This is like a game show.
Yeah. Right, let's go again. Ready?
Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's not.
It's nice. Oh, this one looks sick though.
Yeah, that one is dope.
This one's This is the best one, man.
I thought it had like weed leaves on it.
It might do.
Does it?
No, it's more like. It's like It's like a.
Oh, that is cool.
That looks really nice. I think it's a bigger one. I think they're different sizes.
We'll get a photo of each of them along the line. And that's,
That one's sick.
yeah, that one's sick.
You can go in there.
Hang on, let me get mine out. I didn't get mine out. And that just proves how easily amused we are.
Yeah, we're still kids at heart,
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I think that concludes the show.
Yeah.
I think that's been, that's been fun.
It's been fun.
And it's been great seeing you.
Thanks for having me.
And yeah, Charlie Floyd, follow him. We've got links in the description for everything you need. Red Cassette News Network. We're going to keep doing this. And if you want to get on the show, just message me and I'll see if we're busy or if we've got something on. Apart from that, yeah, listen to Charlie's stuff, listen to Red Cassette, and good luck with your life. Amen.
Appreciate it.
There we go.
Hell yeah.
Oh, actually, shit. I almost forgot. A gift for
No
Charlie for
way.
being on this show. is an official Red Cassette t-shirt. I got a size large for you.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And
Thank you.
yeah, so why don't you open it up on the show as well?
Let's go.
And you don't have to put it on, but
This is real quality stuff. I see your videos. I see you getting them out.
yeah,
were speaking about-
we had some pretty good promotion on today. I'll put that clip on the
Yeah,
screen
you'll have to
today.
put that
with it. But yeah, so what do you think about quality? Quality's pretty good, right?
Quality's amazing. Do you know what the thing is? It's like I love a back graphic as well.
Yeah.
That's proof of taste. That
Yeah.
a back graphic. I don't know why they smell so great as well.
Yeah,
Do
they-
this come with built-in scents.
They come with this scent, guys. It
Yeah,
smells
they
good,
smell
guys.
great.
You've got to smell good and look good.
Yeah, quality on them's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, well, enjoy, and that's my gift to you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, we've wrapped up the podcast. Guys, have a great day, have a great night, have a great morning, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Get in.